Who's here for Richard's birthday party? Give it up for Richard.
Yay!
I'm gonna make sure our... Hey, Gwen, we get started, you ready?
Wait, you weren't supposed to start without me.
Oh, girl, I'm not done without you. I'm coming to get you. Here, hold on. Yes, ma'am. Not at all. Not at all. You're good. You're good. You're good. Come on,
Phyllis, take a seat here.
Phyllis, you kind of
That'll
got
be
you.
good, yeah.
Right.
Oh, if you don't mind.
You are more than
Of course
welcome
not.
to it, my dear.
Everything is.
Thank you, darling.
slow.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I gotta make sure Miss Jada.
She's bartending
She's
right
coming
now.
to her. She's like, hold on, I gotta pour my drink first. Hold on, we gotta make sure that's poured. Because I was pretty sure I was told a little bit earlier, the service has been absolutely wonderful tonight.
Yeah.
Who has enjoyed our service tonight? Especially Miss Phyllis, thank you so much for cooking everything. I'm not the greatest at eating, as you can tell.
I can tell.
Yeah, I lived in New Orleans for 2 years. I ate nothing but collards, which is why I got an ass and not a waist. And it just slowly started crawling up. I'm like, oh, this is how they get that shelf bud. It's sugar, salt, fat, and butter. And that's what we do here in New
But don't we
Orleans.
look great?
And we're happy as
Are you
hell.
there too?
So I have to say that this was a large chance of happenstance and a bunch of good dice rolls in some of the right directions. First and foremost, I'm here because of my now fiance and boyfriend and partner, Johnny.
Oh, nice.
And the other thing is that Johnny has known Richard for 5-6 years, and very quickly Richard has become like family to me. And 3 days ago, I'm driving across the country. I drove 22 hours the first day, 16 hours the second day because I'm slightly insane.
Did you do it in heels?
Girl, no. What happens if I get pulled over in like Colorado or Utah? They're like, "Fag, please step out of the car, ma'am." I'll be like, "Yes, sir." No, I didn't drive it in heels. I drove it in a camo jacket and a hat, like an adult. So the thing is that without Richard, without this birthday party, I wouldn't have had the kind of opportunity to be here with you guys today, to be able to see community, to see family, to see joy, and to see people coming together in a way that we haven't had a chance to in a year plus. And for that, I have nothing to say but thank you for everything you are and everything you do.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. But Johnny's like, hey, can you perform? And I'm like, what am I supposed to perform for an 80-year-old? I'm like, I am 28.
I can think of some things.
I have yeah, a striptease isn't on my list of offers, honey. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I have 3 days. And the only thing I can think of is something one of my beautiful, favorite, most amazing actresses, as well as musicians, Marlene Dietrich, said, it's not that I wouldn't, it's not that I shouldn't, and you know it's not that I couldn't. It's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town. And that does not apply to Richard. Richard's one of the only people at 80 years old who is hustling and bustling every single day. This queen's over here, she's like, okay, hold on. This needs to move 2 inches this way. And then tomorrow she's like, it needs to go 2 inches this way. 3 days later, she's like, hold on now, 2 inches this way. Did we move that already? And luckily with John being around for these last couple of years, John's the muscle of this situation.
Yeah, he's my muscle.
John and Will Puckett. Will Puckett was one of the co-drivers to bring all the lovely art and the historic 2 Blue 60 guest house via Richard Gervais. And Will Puckett goes, you know, some days I think Richard might be out of his gay goddamn mind. And a part of me is like, girl, you're correct. But also, Johnny loaded up a pickup truck with $15,000 of antiques to drive across the nation. And Will Puckett goes, should we take it off-roading? No! You're out of your gay goddamn mind. And Johnny's like, oh, thank God, I get to drive with a crazy person because I drove separately. And so here I am thinking, I'm like, it's just another day at the Richard's workshop. It's fine. And Marlene would be like, nothing ever hurries me. No one ever worries me. I take pleasure leisurely, even when I kiss. But when I kiss, they want some more. And wanting more becomes a bore. It isn't worth fighting for. So I tell them this. It's not that I wouldn't. It's not that I shouldn't. And you know it's not 'cause I couldn't. It's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town.
That's great.
Now with Richard's the craziest gal in town. She's like, forget it, I'm doing an 80th birthday party in New Orleans at the back ass end of a pandemic. Most of my friends are back, so it'll all work out just fine. I'm like, bitch, you're the craziest girl in town. And my boyfriend always laughed. He thought I was crazy because I was like, this is where you learn to scat, this is where you learn to laugh. He goes, wapa da da doodle wapa da wapa doodle wa wa da doodle hurrah. And I was like, Johnny, you didn't know that when you go see the drunken punk down to get to the ninth ward, that's just where I lived for 2 years. Motherfucker, yeah, that's just how we do in New Orleans. He thought I was crazy. This is Johnny's first time in New Orleans. He's like, people actually talk like that. I'm like, did you think I was psycho enough to just make all of this up? No, I'm not that crazy because you see, it's not that I wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's not that I shouldn't. And you know it's not that I couldn't. It's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town. And my poor heart was aching to bring home the bacon. And if I'm alone and forsaken, it's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town. And I look around this birthday party and I know something is true. That Richard has built a small empire. And Richard has surrounded himself with love. And I do not think that this individual will ever end up alone and forsaken. Because at every table, in every glass, in every song that we hear and we sing in New Orleans, there is magic and there is love. And I just want to say thank you to Richard for bringing that magic and bringing that love. Because I think you're incredible.
Here, here.
And for all the things I've learned, ain't none of y'all know that this pair of tights got a hole in it. Because I just put a little bit of Sharpie on my knee, gave it the Richard Gervais touch. Yeah, all of y'all know what the Richard Gervais touch is. There's Sharpie over the hole. And it's good to go. So that's why I got these leggings got a hole right up in there. No, it's got the Richard Gervais touch right on the knip-knap. And with the knip-knap being attached, I know that it's not because I wouldn't. And it's not that I shouldn't. And you know there was a little bit of Sharpie. Oh, I couldn't. But that's how you become one of the most loved gays in town. So
Yeah.
and happy birthday, Richard.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. Now I'm gonna go drink like this New Orleans.
Hey.
Thank you all.
After sunshine.
Yes.
Sunshine.
Hooray! Encore! Encore! Encore!
You expect me to remember all that twice?